Hi, friends, it's Miss Lauren. I have a story for you today, and it's called Solar Coaster. It's a deep blue, starry night. Everyone's in their beds and tucked in tight, except for one little boy who's far, far away. He's decided to travel to Mars to play. Mars is like a copper penny hanging in the sky. Its dust is like rust, and its surface is dry. Although it's red, it isn't hot at all. It has cold seasons winter, spring, summer, and fall. Even though Mars is harsh, the boy loves playing there. He keeps his helmet on. He can't breathe Martian air. His dog wears a helmet too as he scampers along. As the boy rides his scooter, he dreams of an astronaut song. While the boy scoots along, rust dust flies in the air, and his faithful, playful dog runs here and there. There are lots of rocks and craters and places to hide. It seems weird that there's no green grass growing outside. The two of them play for a while until they hear a whirling sound. They don't see anything as they look around, but as soon as they push past a mountain, they see the most magnificent roller coaster that ever could be. It's as tall as a mountain and is twice as wide. It has space capsules that are ready to ride. It's so grand that it's named after the sun. Solar coaster ride sounds like a super space fun. The boy and his dog hop in and strap in. They feel rattling and shaking. Soon the ride will begin. Then, with a huge jolt, they're propelled in the air, speeding through a wormhole that appears from nowhere. And then, within seconds, they see Jupiter looming large. Of the planets in the solar system, it's definitely in charge. It's 300 times the mass of our Earth's size, but it spins much faster, which is quite a surprise. Its giant red spot is still a swirling mystery. People have seen it for centuries throughout history. The swirling red storm of gas is so wide that two planet Earths could fit inside. They wanted to land, but there's really no ground. They'd sink into the surface without any sound. So they continued their journey through outer space. The universe is one huge mysterious place. Flying at almost the speed of light, it's hard to describe. But with wormholes within seconds, they soon would arrive. The space around them was a blur of colors and black. They could see stars in the distance as they looked back. Then, in front, beautiful bright Saturn came into view. They spun out in its rings and saw northern lights too. As they circled the planet like a merry-go-round, they counted 62 moons as they spun around. On their final turn, they tunneled once more. The wormhole was like a portal, a mysterious door. They went hurtling through space faster than before. In their lightning fast rocket, there was more to explore. They whizzed past Uranus. Its color is an eerie hue. The methane surrounding it makes it a greenish blue. The poles are on either side instead of bottom and top. Its seasons take 20 years to start and stop. They zoom past Neptune, named for the Roman god of the sea. It's a big blue ice giant that is cold as can be. Minus 200 degrees Celsius means there's no summer fun. It's so frozen because it's the furthest planet from the sun. Time to warm up. So they head toward the sun. They rocket by the planet Mercury. It's the very first one. Its surface is so hot they can't possibly land. If you tried to melt lead, you would understand. Up ahead, the solar coaster has a giant hoop. Around the planet Venus, they loop the loop. One Venus day lasts longer than one Venus year. It's hotter than Mercury, so they can't get too near. The boy says, "Let's take this wormhole to the stars. It isn't enough to see the planets even with Mars." As they shoot out past the stars, he grabs one in his hands. Before he grab more, the solar coaster has other plans. It brings them back to Earth's moon instead, and they started to get sleepy for the comfort of bed, and they walked on the surface and stared into space. They thought about the Earth. It's such a wonderful place. As they sat on the moon, the earth came into view with its beautiful oceans of bright watery blue. Surrounded in clouds, not too hot, not too cold, planet Earth was a dazzling treasure to behold. They hop into the coaster and head off the moon. Their incredible journey will be over soon. They're almost home, the window is in view as they roll and they dive and then go straight through. And soon they were back in their comfy, soft bed as dreams of the planets danced in the boy's head. The moon smiled as she saw them snuggled up tight. Sweet dreams, my darling. Have a beautiful night. The end.